I Zensu, I Talk, Timeline Ghosts. While I still have time, I want to quickly talk about in the middle of having to deal with a very, very bad timeline ghost, very bad genetic timeline ghosts, and disconnect them. At the same time, a very funny situation happened that made me think, and then I thought, okay, I want to talk about this. The elite, the so-called elite. Well, the elite don't actually exist. I mean, they're not an elite, so in that respect they don't exist. It's just a mob. It's just a bunch of pirates who control money, finance, banking, trade, not trade in itself, but perhaps the means to trade, the container ships, the transit routes, selling cars that people buy, financed mostly by public money, by taxpayer funds, which means that the building of the cars is a form of social service for the people who benefit financially. And then they take the money and they do crazy things with it, like what I'm about to talk about. But before I talk about that, I just want to say, they're not an elite. They're not, these people that I'm going to talk about now, they're not an elite. They're actually a mob. And they have lower standards even than the mafia, because the mafia, from the time it was created, had an understanding of social and cultural relationship, and there were rules accordingly, although they were the mafia, and these rules still exist until today. Rules of relationship. You had to have a relationship with the culture, the people, the society. You were not way out in left field. You were interacting with families and businesses and mayors and politicians and traders. And there had to be, in that respect, some kind of level playing field. And in Japan that would be the sonken, is it called? The baths. The heated baths, the springs, where the people, no matter who you are, would go in to share the water, and every man is naked. So amongst the older rules of behavior in society, in culture, in trade, in business, there had to be a level playing field, an interactive relationship with all layers. Okay, I show it here with the trees in front. There's nothing better here than anything else. The trees in front, just because they're closer and taller and bigger and maybe live longer, they're not better than the clay or the soil from which grows the wheat or the sunflowers. The rice is not better than or less than the house in the distance and the forest there, or the little hills, or the people that live are not better than or less than the clouds or no clouds, the sky, the colours, the dynamics, the animals. So it's all one. So when you have a group of people, they're not even a group of people, they're just, they're isolationists. And they will do anything they can to fragment society and take an advantage. And they're not even business people, businessmen or businesswomen. They're opportunists. And they don't seem capable to understand the basics of social cohesion or social relationship. They're on their own. They think that, so they say we're the elite. But you know what all they've got? They've only got money, more money. They manage to extract and steal and manipulate more money than anyone else. And then they come, and I tell you, it's the most, I mean, it's embarrassing, right? They go to an area, they lock down like the Catalonian, I mean, talk about the Republic, the Republic, independence. Well, they sell out. It's like Stalin, Trotsky, Lenin. They say one thing of their mouths, of the words, but they sell the people out. So they sell out for money a whole area, and they lock down the hotels, and it's all a secret, and they say, don't tell anyone. We've known for 2 weeks, and they're all talking about it for 2 weeks locally. It's not in the media, it's not anywhere, it's a big secret, don't tell anyone, you're not allowed to publish it. And they lock everything down. They pay millions to shut down all the hotels, the restaurants. No people, right? That's you guys that are listening to this video. No people are allowed to be in the area. But these are the same people that say no borders, free and open movement. Well, they lock it all down. They barricade the roads. None of you people are allowed to go into that area. They build artificial borders in a public area, especially even in a National Heritage Site that is open to the public, paid by taxpayer money. And the hotels pay their taxes and all of it. And these criminals, I mean, I think if you say they're mafia, that's actually giving them a compliment. They're not mafia, they're criminals, out and out. They're liars, they're thieves, they're criminals. They're not an elite. They have no social values, there's no social cohesion. It's every man for himself. And their attitude towards you, they'll take your money, they'll lie to you, they'll tell you stories. It's a whole circus. And you'll buy their products, and then the products might explode one day when you're driving home. But you're the stupid people giving them the money on top of what they get from the government they manage to extract from the... Oh, you're good to pay the social taxes, aren't you? And you're good enough for that, but you're not good enough for them. They don't want to see your face when they lock down and close all the roads, and they make sure that none of you little people are walking. And the people are doing that. They're really got a good circus going with their very clever little image. And you people need to waken up, all of you, that you're being lied to, and it's not politicians. Well, these people aren't. Some of them might pretend to be, but they're factions, fractured. They're fractures, factions. And they're an embarrassment to humanity.